Hi everyone, or hello for the first time. I'm Justalowly channel, and we are heading back in after a little break to Justice in the Dark, and now we're heading into the episodes that have been subbed by someone else after they were re-released 2 years later. I will say the ending of the last episode was really intriguing because I feel like we as an audience have to combat and fight against our own biases because it looks like it's going to be a man versus a woman or a man versus a teenager, and he married the mother and lied about that, but then the daughter seems to have some real deep rooted issues regarding maybe what happened to the mom or maybe the promises that she felt he made. We don't know if it gets sinister and it's a bit more of an abuse storyline. All I know is I feel like we're going to have to confront our own biases and how we look at a story like this. Because right now, neither one of them looked particularly great, but the way it ended with the girl looked like she might be more sinister. But again, I feel like we're more likely to take her side naturally, but does that mean we're correct? This is going to be a very intriguing case because we've already got the kidnapping part out of the way. Now it's the whole interrogation and interview part. Okay. Oh, okay. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Of course, if you want full reactions to Justice in the Dark, you can head over to my Patreon. I will leave a link in the description box below and on screen for you on YouTube right now. Oh, it's been reported. Just quickly, was that opening different? The painting and everything, it felt different. I can't see how. And also, it started with the opening theme song. This show's been going in and out, mainly usually having an opening before that.
郭飞凌案发生在16年前，
Yeah.
但是类似的受害人和类似的案情，在那之前
Oh. 4 years ago as well.
长死后也从未停止。
So if it's after his death, then clearly wasn't him, or at least there's other people.
16年前郭飞凌的案子，让本来听话的苏玲奈，一个组织的诱饵，彻底失控。
Okay, so they are saying that she was part of the she was the one baiting them. Okay. Is it me also? The color saturation in this is different. It's a lot more HD. It definitely is.
你们平时对付嫌疑人这一套，不好使了。
Well, that means yeah, their usual means isn't working.
犯罪心理学硕士研究生，
Here we
新州
go.
政法新送来的实习生。
实习生。
Yeah, listen. Yeah, what she was going to be. You can see by the emo hair before he even comes in. Oh, you could tell the actress does such a good. The actress does a good job. She looks like one of those girls that would be a massive bully in school, with no emotional attachment to what she does. Okay, yeah, he is super young, so his methods would be more in line with her thought process and how it would work because they're so close in age.
苏玲娜的骨灰在哪儿？徐东宇帮着收敛的。
Really? Help with the collection?
猜，我们要找到证据应该也在那儿。
我们
Yes, you two together.
（括号包含退休金，以人均寿命250岁计算，对吗？
Okay, he has money. Good on him.
你接你爸的公司，不是为了钱，你在调查他。
Yeah, let's be real. You were investigating him.
到处都有监控，24小时有人值守，安全，却不会像银行一样。
I disagree. Just because something has cameras doesn't mean it's safe. You don't know who's working there, if they're working or not, or if someone could tamper with them.
这是苏玲奈女士的遗物，是她的未婚夫和女儿放在这里的。
That's the thing. Together.
我们这地方也很难有违法乱纪的。
不好意思啊，不方便透露细节。
好。
Yeah, never ask a police officer things that you know yourself they're not allowed to tell you. If they start giving you information, no. Give him one. Yeah, because obviously you can't use the upper hand.
这张照片很有意思。
可太有意思了。
Especially because that picture looks from when she was her like 16 years ago. Yeah, her younger self. Why have that photo?
难道说苏林奈一生中最有价值的时刻？
And yeah, so she didn't achieve anything else after that. You could see he was feeling
什么意思啊？
that there was something else there.
让我翻骨灰盒？里面？
Yes. It's not twisted. You have to check everywhere. Shouldn't? What is with these police officers? Also, who's to say her ashes are actually in there? What her diary? That's
苏菲在利用，他竟然利用我干这种事。巡查队今天来学校找西子，他们都不知道他就在我家厕所。
Oh. This is sinister.
这件事情不光牵扯到了苏玲奈这个人，源头应该是苏玲奈的母亲。
Uh-huh.
西子是谁？看日期，她好像比郭飞灵遇害的时间。
Yes, because that means it was going on for longer than that.
这种代代相传的共情基因，就像是长在骨头上的血肉，根本撕扯不下来。
Also, look at the blots that come with it, almost like blood.
苏若婉大概注定会成为像苏菲母女那样的人吧，也挺悲哀的。
He's not listening to you. He's like, cool, amazing, great. What's in this?
苏玲奈的日记里，并没有写苏菲是怎么处理尸体的。你有什么想法？
You made him think about himself. He probably feels because of what his father's like, he was going to end up like him. Because that's all he's known.
如果要能是那种人迹罕至的开发区就更好。
What, where you were before? Also, the anger that is in these
舞蹈老师是
diary
贱人，怕别人说他拿回
is
扣，
quite concerning.
要我们自己买碎花裙当演出服，没有就不能参加。
See what I mean?
贱人说他来半年了，可以信任，要把羊给他，他居然要了，他居然要了！我恨他，他为什么去看别人？为什么？
Oh, she was jealous. Ooh.
16年前被偷拍的吴广超和苏玲奈，
可能我们没告诉过你，徐冬雨是个自由摄影师。
This was like a big piece of evidence.
所以我们推断，许冬雨一定有那么一个房
Close by
是
must
可以
have,
看到
yeah.
吴广超房间的方向，而这个房子也是后来所有案子的真正的案发现场。
What's that photo?
所以我让你去问郭叔，许冬雨当初是怎么带着他找到吴广超的。
Yeah, please tell me that. Yeah, he's staring at him. He's gonna figure out, you know.
眼熟，但是想不起来，肯定不是公事上认识的。一般我在收对方名片的时候，会刻意留意对方的面部。
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, to kind of remember things.
这个人一直在角落里伴奏。之后我们去找曲彤的时候，他也一起在。
我刚听有个调查员
Oh.
找到，
对，就应该是他。那天还是他主动提出来要帮忙。
He put a wig on and pretended to be one of the younger ones.
您是怎么找到吴广超的？
不就是有个男孩子？
对，这个人是徐冬雨，和您一起调查过吴广超。
Oh, the young boy. Sorry, I'm such an idiot. I did feel like it was the young boy. Well, he's older now. Silly me.
对，就是这句话，说的很隐晦，一个名字都没有。
Which meant he must have known, yeah.
那个男孩就离往往吴广
But
超
how would the fact that he led you there should have been suspicious?
只有一圈外墙，墙上有蝴蝶瓦弄出来的空花墙。
Butterfly tiles?
那吴广超当年住的小区位置，你还记得吗？
记得，不过现
He
在是
won't
个学
forget
校了。
that.
郭叔，
But see, he won't forget the location because he was looking for his daughter.
我当年杀吴广超，是杀错人了吗？
It looks like he was set up to be killed because if that girl set it up,
大概就是这一片。 那就按照地图尽量还原。
Well, for so much to change in 20 years, it shows you just like development of areas, doesn't it? Also, kind of concerning that it's a primary school now, considering what happened there. Because he looks like he's looking slightly down. What's in there? Because it's got a smell.
我的基因报告应该出来了吧？
Oh, should
我
have.
不是那种人。
你至
That doesn't. First of all, no, that's not how it works. Just because you don't have it with the apathy.
你想娶苏玲奈，到底是对她余情未了呢，还是你看上了她那个漂亮女儿？
No, I don't like that.
这位长官，你说话负责任。
Also, he seemed quite offended by that.
哪怕我是无辜的，但是你不可以无耻。
侮辱你贴在向英社区8号楼501朝南那间卧室。
Oh, didn't think about that, did you? There's gonna be blood everywhere. There's blood. Yeah. I wanted to do forensic. At one point, I wanted to be a forensic scientist, kind of. Where a false wall. Ah, you didn't think to clear this out 20 years ago?
强奸、非法囚禁、杀人、抛尸等多项重罪，证据确凿。
I mean, you need to, yeah, that, all of that.
他身上有种
Yeah, something dark. She knew how to get to him.
就搬到工厂的对面。
Yeah, and watched the whole time. But again, I was right. Notice how he was a little bit higher up to look down.
你是怎么知道苏玲奈不是一个单纯的受害者的？
那段时间我不知道怎么搞的，我日思夜想，满脑子都是。
And also, we never actually saw anything happen once those curtains were closed. If anything, they just stood there. That's someone being tied up. Oh no, something's ripping. And that's blood, so the girl's dead. Oh, I just realised, look how he's lit up. Almost like an angel would be. The shine on him.
对不起，我觉得真是太痛苦了。
The reason I don't fully trust him, do you remember that image that I wish I'd used now as a thumbnail when he was looking directly into the double mirror?
但我真的不知道他会一刀捅死国成，我要是知道，我一定不会搞的。
I don't believe that for 1 second. I don't believe that. I think you knew.
我就解脱了。我真的不想我的良心再受谴责。
Yeah, calm down.
跟踪张雨晨，趁人家孩子单独行动的时候，突然露面吓唬他，
He was the blind man.
一下子骗到孩子的信任，有这回事吗？
And that was a different girl. That was a different girl as well.
你在玻璃窗前自欺欺人的是贴着他16年前的旧照片，因为你迷恋那个脑阔、变态，可以毫不犹豫杀害自己同龄女孩。
I was gonna say, yeah, she was evil. But the family can get rest now. I hate that this is how they get the rest. Oh no, they found the bodies.
逃夫，
But 16 years later? Should just be bones.
血统的衣服。
And I hate this. I mean, do we expect a good outcome? No. But it's still the amount of victims. Whoa. Okay, I'm a bit confused why they showed the girl looking into the camera in episode 8, but then her to barely be used, it kind of didn't add up to what they previously done. The editing is very different. I will say that this feels more like a crime show now. Dark, really, really, really dark. So they mentioned trafficking, and now we know where all the bodies were, and especially the last girl that went missing as well, which is really, really sad because, like the first, I think is the first 12 to 24 hours are the most important, and usually when the crime is committed, and just kind of figuring it all out, and because I did get confused for a second, and I kept thinking they're talking about the father. They were talking about the guy, because I kept thinking, but why would the father be involved? But okay, no, it was the guy, and oh, it was really dark, really good, really good. I was really hooked on it, but really dark. I mean, when they found the old place where he used to take or would have lived, and where she would have lived, so he could take the photos and what was in that house and what was left there as well. These criminals are not good at cleaning up after themselves, and also not good at the police to not figure this out. It just makes me go, this is information that I felt could have been figured out quite easily, which is why it's fascinating to watch, because we're seeing obviously years later them solve these crimes that really could have been solved back then. Um, yeah, so that girl's mother was evil. I mean, her diary entry, she was just full of hatred. Just full of hatred for people, including her own mother, who clearly did the same thing. So, yeah, like, crime, it seems like the mother was involved. And, oh. And with the victims, because it carried on, right? So if it is a crime organization, then, or if it was that woman, then it seems like she had a blood that she needed to fill by killing these girls and gaining their trust by being a young woman and someone that you're going to trust. The whole thing of him dressing up as the blind man to scare that young girl, who we know went missing, um, and we know what happened to her because obviously the bloodstains. But I thought that was the past because they set it up in the other episodes that they kind of glossed it in a way that made it seem like it's the past when actually it was present day. And it seems like he was so obsessed and besotted by the mother that he was a willing participant. It sounds like it turned him on. It turned him on to see her do these things, and then when the daughter got to be her age, it was a reminder of all those things. He's clearly turned on by what happened, and it seems like he didn't love the mother. He loved the crimes that she committed. Because why wouldn't you have said, "Oh, who's this? Who's this girl? Who's this? Is this your friend?" You knew exactly what happened all those years ago, and you allowed it to continue to happen. And all these young girls died because you enjoyed what you saw, and that's where it's really sinister, right? As well, because we got like what the mother was doing and how evil she was as a young girl, and how much she clearly got off on it, to then him being a willing viewer of it all, and then he gave up where they were, which I think is that the second time that's been mentioned, that area with one of the cases. It was just not how I expected it. I didn't understand why they, like I said, included that girl's reaction then for us to have this outcome. Because when he was talking and he was acting really sad and I loved her, all I could think about was the image of him looking into that double mirror, and he was cocky, is why I didn't believe him. And then when he started to cry, I said, "You don't get to play the victim. You knew what was happening. You were helping. You were a willing participant in this." And I don't know if they also groomed now the young girl to help commit these crimes. But, I mean, it sounds like it, right? And then saying to him, "You wanted to be that man that got murdered," that white knight, that savior. Yeah, it felt like it was a turn on for him. Oh, a dark episode. Dark episode, but a good one. Okay, we're gonna go into the next episode.
16年前的那个夏天，玲玲偶然认识了一个自称和家
And liked her and lured her away.
穿碎花连衣裙。
Yeah, because she had the thing about the floor dresses because she didn't have one and all the other girls did.
他骗你的，给他喝了加了东西的饮料，把他留在了宾馆，等待武功场。
So he did. That man was a willing participant. The older man that was stabbed. Okay. That's what it sounds like. That he was also doing it.
后来，他们把他装进了后备箱，离开了。
So who actually he killed her?
苏玲奈拿了玲玲的铅笔盒。
As a memento. That's what usually killers do.
他突然想到了一个发泄的方法，就是给您打了那通尖叫电话，让您听到了铅笔盒晃动的声音。
Oh, that's truly evil. So he thought it was already dead at this point. That's evil.
我可以把他带回家了吗？
Honestly, these are real. Yeah, you would say that. I'm guessing they had her cremated, because otherwise that would be her bones. 16 years. He had to wait for justice. And it turns out he did actually kill someone involved who killed his daughter. But that the other girl was the main person causing all of it.
随着莲花山少女失踪案告破，嫌疑人赵某、苏某、徐某相继落网。
Oh yeah, and the other one was involved.
所以基因是否是犯罪的决定性因素，我们上。
Well, that's what I mean. It can be factors about environment and how you grow up. It doesn't have to be genetic.
是什么？一会儿来别墅说。
And he's gonna now listen to the janitor. Looks like he wants to get rid of loose ends.
他很有可能会成为我最得意的。
Filthy blood? What are we talking about? Just because he doesn't have the gene? The lack of? He's dreaming again. I wonder if these dreams are actually clues for him, like subconsciously telling him. Is the mom trying to call to him so he has clues? Sounds like the father was involved. And hearing that he's got filthy blood makes me think what's running through his veins is someone who was normal, so lacked some, had something that he was supposed to be lacking. The way this house is laid out, I don't know if it's extended via CGI or it is really this big, but it just feels so long.
随便看看吧，都是些占地的垃圾。
Yeah, I mean, this is really fascinating. This is from around the world. This is intriguing.
我以前在这儿看到过关于13区的投资协议。
Yeah. So clearly, and these murders were happening. It's got to be tied to it.
3区的计划被搁置了，理由是占用资金较大，没有成熟的营运。
Or because it was a burial site.
啊，对了，刚才你在电话里说知道第13区的作用了，是什么呀？
抛尸。
Oh, you're telling him everything?
来翻土掘地，没有人会发现藏在底下的秘密。
So it's easy to hide bodies there.
能够完美的将尸体混入正常的死亡的尸体之中。
Oh, that's true.
发现也不会报案。
Because it's a bay, and if someone yeah.
你没听过一句话吗？敌人的敌人，也许就是朋友。
But that's still an enemy. It's just someone you keep close. Oh, to say the case has been solved, you can rest.
剩下这些我都给您留着。
I'm worried that he's the guy he looked up to was involved in everything here. He's going to find out later on, and it's going to devastate him.
但是我们发现了这个 ID， 跟特调组最近接到的2起大案，都有牵扯。
Well, that should worry you that both these cases tie in to the janitor, which means it looks like he's luring you in by giving you these cases. He's tying up loose ends.
都牵扯到了铅笔车，还牵扯到了裴素。
And we know they want Peisu involved in some way.
如果要能是那种人迹罕至的开发区就更好。
裴素，
It's because he has an understanding of what's going on. And now we know why he is so invested.
明天才是我爸的忌日。19，你每年都提前1天来，是怕遇到我母亲吧？
Yes, clearly.
是娘生忌日应该的。对了，你怎么也提前1天来啊？
To see you, I'm guessing.
谢谢裴总。来，你们几个干嘛呢？
Yeah, what are you doing? And now you're all suspicious. The smile on the guy's face at the end. Oh no, is he going to be working with Peisu?
你听我说，我刚才问过裴素了。
Yeah, he is. They're having to share an office.
都在，等这边的调研项目一完事儿，那边立马就撤了，绝不久留，就是在你这儿临时待几天。
You guys knew how he would feel about this.
不认识了。
不好意思啊，师兄，昨天没跟你说。
Oh, that's what she's doing. I didn't even think about her there for a second. Oh, he doesn't mind you anyway. He wants you, apparently. In a censored way.
他跟张组一起提议开展一个项目调研，计划将特调组立足以来侦破的要案，从犯罪。
Yeah, but is her investigation into this or wanting to do this like a good or a bad thing? It's awkward. Sorry, but you can't all be uncomfortable. You kind of did put him in this situation.
是哪2位，就不需要我来介绍了。
I was gonna say everyone knows who both of them are.
为了调研可以顺利进行，为了2位实习生可以得到充分的锻炼，
Oh, take them out into the field.
都得按照正常的工作时间来。什么迟到早退，想换个时间来的，必须要有正当理由或者请假条。
Okay, sir.
有困难吗？
那真是要谢谢骆队的额外关注了。
I really like that. Those two. And the daughter would be perfect for this case study because she is someone who, her father got murdered. Watch him look at him in a sec. Yep. He could sense when someone's watching him.
然后徐冬雨再告诉苏若婉的。那么问题来了，
郭世南为什么会把这个细节告诉？
Yeah, why would you disclose that
这个
detail?
细节也没有曝光啊。
所以苏若婉是怎么知道的？是谁告诉她的？
Yeah, I was going to say, so someone else. So the person that who was influencing her was not him. It was someone else.
该不会是那个周俊浩吧？
你抓紧带人过去吧。
好。
Do you love how he had to say the name out loud so that it moves the plot along?
新州著名慈善家周俊浩先生在从机场返回住所途中，突然遭遇一辆大货车追尾。
Whoa. That's not rear-ended. Just want to say that's not what rear-ended is.
这才刚出事1个小时就已经闹得满城皆知了。周氏集团及其关联公司股票大动荡。
Yeah, they will. The death will bring it up and then it will tumble down and then it will rise back up, usually.
拿出点高级探员的气节，叫实习生。
你要说这事到底有没
It
有
carried
影响
into him.
那就得你们查了。
That looks like that was intentional.
就是一起后车全责的交通事故。
Wait.
有没有相撞之前其他的情况？
That looked like the car turned before the truck hit him. So it looks like the truck might have just been driving normally behind it.
情况呢就是这样，那司机啊还没到医院就没气了。行车记录显示，他开这辆车行驶了得有10个小时，妥妥的疲劳驾驶。
Oh, they're trying to use fatigue as a reason.
裴爷，我怎么会这么惨？
Well, they did say he was an artist, so he's going to be dramatic.
我在念书啊，现在在特调组实习。
特调组？
Yeah.
你去特调组干什么？
Investigating this case.
就是铁人三项，也没有预防车祸的功能。
I mean, she's not wrong. It's because he's an artist.
为什么你会认为这是他被杀的理由？周院长，我知道你难过。
But could you please answer?
汽车那么大一个凶器，比刀的致死率大多了。满大街都是
Is it?
合法握着凶。
I guess yeah, it is actually for both our countries. It would be.
却又不肯跟外人说的样子。
他人挺简单的，没那么多花花肠子。
How'd you know that? He wasn't too forthright. He just pretended to cry.
不是要先排除他买凶杀人的情况吗？我思路没错吧？
那照你这么说，他上没有老，下没有小。
Right. So there's.
算宽裕，接这种时间紧、任务重的活，是偶尔一次，还是经常？
But I'm also interested with the daughter listening. Yeah.
去找他问问。
好，我们这就去找他。走吧。
See what I mean? She kept looking up and down. What is going on with her? She seems like she knows something.
就算早年私德有亏，应该就有过那么一次。而且他这几十年做了不少的公益。
But who's to say he didn't do a lot of underhanded things? You just don't know about it. Oh, sorry, I thought it ended.
据我所知，你在青少年期间并没有干过什么出格的事情。
That you know of.
那你又为什么跟你父亲关系紧张呢？
Oh, there's something darker about his family. Wow, that we know of. Yeah.
只要你愿意，你可以把你自己朝任意方向修。
Why are we highlighting him like this?
你可能一辈子都意识不到他对你的影响。
The background.
你就会发现，这个可能只是微不足道。
He is such a dramatic character. That opening part, that was genuinely really depressing to see. That father finally, 16 years later, finally can rest. He can grieve properly. He has his daughter's, I guess, ashes. It looks like, because I don't think they would return bones. It would be ashes. But it was so heartbreaking to watch because that man went through a lot. You know, he killed that guy, and then there was that in the back of everyone's mind: did he kill an innocent man who was set up? No, but he also has to live with not knowing where his daughter was for all that time, and now finally gets rest. But that was generally quite a heartbreaking scene because of what we obviously saw before, but it was also a setup of the closing of that case to a new chapter, a new case. They tend to do that. I will say you can see a bit of. I would actually say the editing is more flowy in this style because it's about 10 plus minutes less, and I actually think this makes the show flow better. But there are some weird cuts and edits where you can see that they haven't edited it properly together. Just little moments where I was like, that felt like a jump, or a scene cut off in a particular way. Also, with this episode, whoever's doing the subs has tried to get rid of the Japanese subtitles so that they can overlay the English, but it's caused a blur. And then sometimes you can see the subtitles because they haven't caught the blur or when they're doing it, because it's a lot of effort. The person who did this put so much effort into this, but you can see the blur, and obviously, so it kind of it's like whoa, for a few seconds until you realize, obviously, that they're just trying to help make it easier, so that you don't have two different languages subtitled at the same time in the same color. The story is definitely interesting, this one, right? Because we're going to get a look into this family and their dynamics and both the sons, because I do find it interesting at the end when Pacey was talking, can you believe this? Can you do this? About what is going on. It highlighted the older brother and his return, and there were messages on the phone. And then obviously it's Pacey who uses a hypnotic method to retrieve memories that could be lost. That's why he spins that coin, and that's why he looks into that long dark hallway of where the main memory is supposed to be. It's a great technique that is clearly helping him. He's figuring things out. But yeah, two interesting new characters brought into the show. Well, okay, one new character, but two characters brought into the SID, which we'll see how it goes because there's little clues of things being hidden and who, like, what's going on. But I also have to say, I don't know if it's just me, but it felt as if they're highlighting the team better. Like, they're way more involved. The last case, they were not really that involved. This one, they are way more involved. And it feels like an actual team. So I like that. I like that they're in it this episode, or these last two episodes, a lot more, especially this episode, and the way it was edited to incorporate them better. I like when it's a whole team because the comedy of it is stronger. There was a lot more comedy in this, even though it's still dark cases, but it's probably because this is the beginning of the case. I can't tell. So when they said rear-ended, I was like, what? And then obviously you watch the surveillance camera. I can't tell if the truck clipped the back of the car or the car, because to me it looked like the car turned into being hit by the truck. So was the person involved in the truck, did he have a heart attack, or was he actually told to rear end him? Did the bodyguard and the driver, who were the people that survived, they twist the car so that the father would die? Because to me it just looked like the car actually turned right before it was touched, but I could be wrong and it was actually clipped, because the way it was clipped would have made the car turn in that direction that it turned, and obviously who took the most impact? The one who died. I do like that we're using Pacey's youth and his connections a lot more. That the young artist guy was just crying. He's clearly a rich kid who has loads of art, and those ostracized is the sensitive one. And we'll see what like the brothers like, and we'll see how contentious the relationships are. But an interesting case, especially considering how dark the last one is. This one, obviously, they're going to unfold what's going on with the family, but I wonder if it won't be as dark, but obviously still a case for them to solve. Because there's a connection, because obviously we found out about the organizations and how they're connected, and then his father, and then the man in the wheelchair, and obviously they're coming Pace doing the connections with him, and it seems like they're tying up loose ends as well. Like there's a lot of shifting going on. Thank you for watching.